You're what do you do, Division Two agents? This your boy Trade A381 coming at y'all with another Division Two video. Yo, I got some bills for y'all. I've been working on it, like letting everybody get out their whole, backfire, Umbra, this, that, and the third bills, and like so. I don't like to put out bills that other people put out just because if you want that content, they already provided it. But there's been a few that I have been checking out that I really like. So this is the first one. I'm gonna bring y'all. I think I'm gonna give y'all three. Like this one is a build that I've been working on. I usually run that one with Gunslinger, but Gunslinger becomes like it's only 5 seconds and it's amplified damage. So I figured that let's start it with the build itself. So this is the Yao gear for the mask. It's the Hollow Man. It gives you the hazard protection and the weapon damage. So you got 10% weapon damage there. Running it with blue. And then this is the Legatus species SPA. It has, for the three piece, you get the swap speed, the optimal range, and you get the 15% weapon damage on that one because I'm running three pieces on it. So it's 15 plus 10, you got 25 on the weapon damage. Now I could run a ninja bike bag and put that other new brand set on there and get that 5%, but I was like, nah, let's just go with what I got right now. You give me the 10% weapon damage and then get the Legatus gives me the 15%, and then running it with Spotter gives me an additional 15%, right? Running it with the Lexington giving me the with the now I could run Flatline, I really could, but nah, or running it with Optimus, and I have my MH70 Express, all with the link laser pointer on them. Both guns got the link laser pointer on it. But the whole point behind this is just trying to maximize my weapon damage, which is why I got the versatile backpack on it. You can run whatever you want on it. You can run companion, you can run vigilance, you can run unstoppable force, which is fine. But I actually wanted to run versatile first, which I think the named backpack gives you perfect versatile, but it didn't have the rolls that I wanted on it. Obviously, as you can see on this one, it has weapon handling. I can go back and I can see. I think I got one in my backpack that I can put that's similar to that. My stash. But the whole point behind this one is weapon damage. You know, do I have a blue? I don't have a blue. I would have preferred a blue. Yeah, yeah. Let's go with that one. Let's put that one on. Strip the mod off of that one. Put crit damage on it. Had a brain fart moment. My bad. As you can see, the original one had versatile and gunslinger. Because I was trying the whole streamline thing, but I didn't really like streamline. The additive weapon damage just isn't there. But as you can see, two-piece Yao, three-piece Legatus, and then here is the thing that brings it all together, the Nimble Holster. Uh, the Nimble Holster allows you to do a cover-to-cover and get your whatever uh, damage that's dealt to you, get it returned. So it's pretty good if you all haven't seen it. You know, which is the whole point behind what I'm doing now. But with with the additive weapon damage on top of that, your initial weapon damage with the gear set itself is 25%, right? And then if you add the spotter onto it to pulse enemies, it becomes 40%. Hey, can I alert them? There we go, alerted them. So now normally what I like to do is when I do these builds, I like to jump into conflict. But if you haven't seen recently, conflict has been a nightmare.
Incoming hostiles detected.
The last few times that I went into conflict, it was every match there was a lag switcher. And I don't like to say that it's one of those where it's like, you know, you just have to deal with the good and the bad. But the truth is, when you play 8 matches and 7 out of the 8 had a lag switcher in it, you kind of have to give that up. So I'm giving PvP a break. I would love to see how this build does in conflict. I really would, except for the fact that the matches that I did play trying to test it out, it didn't work out. And then it just kind of made me realize I just don't need to go into conflict anymore. So I gave up on it. Yeah, I know it sucks, but I even tried to go into the dark zone, and damn it, if I swear to God, it was the same thing. Like it was like a bunch of lag switches running around. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna delete the videos. I'm not gonna shed any more light on that. I'm just gonna do my builds on PvP if that's the case. But this is build number 1. Y'all tell me what you think about it. Like the Legatus is really good. You know, your base damage is at, you know, at sorry, there's some people coming up on my right hand side because the outside NPCs, the friendlies, started crap with them. Don't want to get attacked from them while I'm trying to clear the control point. But when you take damage, the number also allows you to boom, get your health back, your armor back. Ooh, that aim was horrible. But as you can see, the Yao gives you 10%, the Legatus gives you 15, giving you 25%. Spotter gives you 15%, making that 40% weapon damage right off the back. And then, what I love the most about this build is that while I'm getting armor back, I'm also getting weapon damage. And then if I'm getting surrounded, versatile kicks in, which is why I have the shotgun. The shotgun gives you 45% weapon damage to enemies within 15%, within 15 meters. So we ended up with 85% weapon damage if I swap to my shotgun. Or if I don't want to use a shotgun, I can get Zesty, put on my didn't want that. My SMG with flatline on it. Giving me that 45% on them. And since it has flatline, so let me, where'd you go? And since it has flatline on it, oh no.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
I get an additional 15% on top of that, equaling 100% weapon damage on the SMG for 15 seconds. because remember I'm running spotter with the 15%, flatline on the SMG. Like I said, if I want to feel zesty, put the Vector SBR on there. You know, it has 15% weapon, the amplified weapon damage to targets. You know, targets that are pulse. Now, I'm sitting here saying it like it's additive. You got to understand that a lot of this is not additive. So the versatile is multiplicative. The flatline is multiplicative. The gear sets, on the other hand, the brands, that's additional 15%. So that's additive. So, you know, I may be saying this wrong, but I know I'm saying it wrong. So on this one, you got the 15%, 25% on the additive weapon damage, right? And on the multiplicative, I have 15% with that, 15% with that. That's 30%. And then when I weapon swap with that, so that's 45. So you got 30% and 45, that's 75% multiplicative weapon damage on the SMG. That is build number one. So if you want to, go ahead and take a picture. I'm running it with 4 blues and 2 reds. I would love to have one with crit damage on that one, but it is what it is. Weapon handling is still good. I can also, since I don't really truly use my skill, I can swap to, you know, my FAMAS and get that streamline for additional added 42%. Yeah, to put that additional 42%, but not swap that out because spotter doesn't work on that one. Making it 75, 77, I believe. Or I can go with the caretaker. Like the options are good and plenty with this build just because you're doing your initial damage right off the back with whatever build you choose to run or whatever gun you choose to run, and then to get multiplicative damage. You do a weapon swap with versatile. And like I said, I haven't tested this out in PvP just because I'm not going back in there again. So for those of you who see this build and want to give it a try, give it a try. It is really, really fun. But I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be OP in PvP just because I've never run it. And I hate putting videos out where I can't test it because the whole point is to see how good the build is in PvP. Unfortunately. But that's build number one. I need to overwrite that. Nah, I'm gonna leave it as is. No, I'm gonna overwrite that. I like that with the caretaker. That is build number one. Build number two. Yep, you are seeing it right. It is, let me take that off. This is my PvP build. Oh, I should have been more prepared for this. Yo, this build is crazy, crazy. Like, so it is the system corruption four piece with obliterate and the nimble holster with the smart cover. Yeah, that's right, the smart cover. Why? Because I can literally face tank somebody right here. Pop that bonus armor. I get my bonus armor for I think it's like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is. And then if I lose that, pop a smart cover. Got bonus armor again. The funny thing about the smart cover is I can bounce off of it and get back on it and get that additional bonus armor again. And that gives me my timer, right? Like the more I stay on this cover, the more I get my bonus armor. If they knock it off, I just pop off of it and get back on it again and get that bonus armor. And look at that, boom, my timer's back on my system corruption, so I can pop it again. I got bonus armor all over again. And if I'm, in a pinch and I already used my bonus armor and I'm down on health, the nimble holster gives me my cover to cover, and I get my armor back. It is crazy. This build, the survivability is nuts. And I actually did take this in PvP, but again, I ran into, you know,
Reinforcements
more
incoming.
hackers.
Incoming hostiles detected.
And don't forget, you get weapon damage with the system corruption for the bonus armor. Now, you can run this either, I like it with obliterate, just because it's not something that can be taken away from you. But you can also run it with adrenaline, intimidate. Oh, black test, why? Okay. I guess that's a good indicator of. Now, as you can see, I'm running it with the backfire. Funny thing about the backfire is that the bleed is not what it used to be. It used to be you stack that bleed up and it's insane.
Heavily
But not
armored
anymore.
hostile detected.
Now the bleed is literally manageable. It's crazy how manageable the bleed is now. And this is starting to become my go-to build now. This system corruption and PVE. Like I'm not gonna lie, this build has definitely replaced the strikers. Just because I get bonus armor and I get heals at the same time for cover to cover. The only caveat is that for some reason sometimes the cover to
Operators
cover just
unlocked.
doesn't appear, or not all cover is a valid cover for you to sit on. But it is what it is. And if you don't like the smart cover for the bonus armor, that's fine. You can always swap to your healer drone to get them additional heals. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it'll be rare to go down with this build if you use it correctly. I mean, it's a lot of
Friendly supply convoy in proximity.
monitoring your infinite your infinite health bar. But remember, it's every 20 seconds you get it. But the nimble holster is also great to have just because once you lose that armor, and remember, once you lose that armor, you can do a cover to cover and get that health back. And also, I'm running it with the gunner class, so every kill I get health back, and you get armor on kill with this one as well, 15%. So that's a 20% armor you get back on kill. Plus, you get the weapon damage with the bonus armor. And if you're running it in Brooklyn, you get that purple bar. Remember, you got an infinite med kit right here, so you just double tap it, and you can remove that purple that armor decay status, the armor decay on there. And the backfire again. is the one that you want to use. Now, the reason why I'm not running Seska is because you get the additional weapon damage from the backfire or the crit damage with the backfire. There's no point in running a Seska because you get a massive boost off of that alone. So if you're gonna
Incoming
run
backup
something
request.
and you run a secondary like the with an AR, it's better to run Fenris so you can give that particular gun a boost because this one already has a
Detected.
boost.
Friendly control point in proximity.
You don't need any additional weapon damage on it. And once this thing is stacked up to 100, whew, look out. Like you shred. I'm on fire. Whatever. And as you can see, I hadn't even activated the. There we go. I'll activate system corruption on that one.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
But that's this build. This is quickly. This has replaced my strikers build. You know, gunner class. You don't have to run the Lexington. You can run it with the FAMAS. You can run it with the any AR you choose. But the backfire is definitely something that you would want to put on here. I run the 4-piece for the Hackstaff protocol with the nimble holster. All of these builds are going to be with the nimble holster pretty much. And this is build number 2. Build number 3, which if you want to, go ahead and get your chance to copy and paste right now, go ahead and go ahead. The Seskas for the crit chance. Running four blues and 2 reds. Normally, all my builds are going to be around 4 because I like survivability. Next one is an oldie but a goodie. Was that what it was? Huh. I'm just going to put the Lexington on. Doesn't matter which one you do. It's the same build before. Only difference is it's 4-piece strikers, and 1 memento, and Seska chest piece. But the thing is the backfire itself again. Now, these three. The reason why I'm running this one right now to show y'all exactly. So I think now everybody's telling you to run the Umbra Initiative with the backfire. I'm telling you,
Hostile control
you
point
can do
nearby.
that. The in cover does somewhat mitigate the bleed. But the whole point behind this video and these 3 builds is to tell you that it doesn't matter with the backfire. If you run 4 blues, the bleed becomes something that you don't even notice. Because you get that bonus armor. But for some strange reason, strikers is where you want to be at because you're getting the crit damage from the backfire and you're getting the weapon damage from strikers itself. So those 2 paired together is where you want to be at. Umbra Initiative is decent and all, but remember Umbra Initiative is strictly crit damage. It's not weapon damage. So what's the point of running all that max crit damage when your weapon damage doesn't change?
Incoming hostiles detected.
And the beauty of the strikers is that I'm gonna be honest with you, it's all about the rate of fire. Once you get the rate of fire up, the you get the stacks up pretty quick with the backfire. See, I'm already at 100, and once you reach 100, the bleed stops. It's no longer a penalty. And I'm not gonna lie to you. In a legendary, look all the way out because there is no returning. You can murk dogs. I'm talking about is the warhounds. They don't stand a chance. I think in my next video I'll go ahead and show you what the backfire looks like in a legendary.
Let's leave this city a wasteland!
But this is a 4 feet strikers with the memento, just to get the the blues, and I'm running it with technically it's 5 blues with the memento, it's 4 blues and the memento and 1 red at 2 million armor. But I think it's
Hostiles
1.8
loading
if you're
munitions
not
container.
expertise out. Then trust me, the expertise doesn't make a difference because I think people are getting it confused with the when you see expertise so high. Honestly, just like Streamline, the expertise is additive, it's not multiplicative. So it's on the base damage on the gun, which it's like I said, it's good to have a high expertise on a weapon, but it's not really a deal breaker.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Come out.
How did he set me on fire? Get out of here!
With fallen.
You see
Detecting
that?
new
Even with
relocation
with
guarded
I
by
guess
hostiles.
2 million armor, I was hitting 1.2 million on that backfire once I got it all stacked up with obliterate and the strikers, which strikers isn't even fully stacked up. With the obliterate strikers and the memento, I can hit 1.4, 1.5 million. Umbra is
Reinforcements
nice and
en
all to
route.
have that max crit damage,
Detecting
but it's not
additional
like a
hostile
must.
contacts. Heavily armored
They all
hostile
dead.
detected.
Game over, man. But this one is fun too. But I like the system corruption a lot more.
Hostiles guarding
Now you
location
could
nearby.
run the hazard protection like everybody else is saying, but I'm gonna be honest with you with the memento. The only thing that you're missing out with the hazard protection is uh, the bleed that slows you down on the run. But once you once you start busting and you get to 100, the bleed is gone, and the memento kicks in, and next thing you know, all of your armor is back. So and that does apply in the legendary as well. So I think on my next video I'll go ahead and show y'all all three in a legendary. One by one. It'll be one video after the next because I don't like them being too long. But this 30 minutes and 3 bills, all of them showing you what they are like. You let me know in the comment section what you think about the bills and which one you're having fun with. It's your boy Trade 381. Y'all take it easy.